time for our grown man scenario, GMS time.
Grown man scenario.
I know y'all missed that.
It just blew me away just to hear that. I just like, I
And
got
then
a boat.
look, he
I
ain't
did.
even say that. You ain't miss shit. He ain't even
I
say that.
got emotional. I'm like, wow.
All right, what we got? What we got?
Okay, so a guy wrote into the radio station and
Mm-hmm.
said that he's getting a divorce, and his wife asked if they can have sex a few more times. Now, they are still legally married, so, she still wants to be pleasured until, the end. So, according to him, they have had more sex during their divorce than they had during the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
They never talk about what they're doing, they just do it. So,
Mm-hmm.
he wants to know, is it best to cut things off with her? And what would you guys do if you were in this situation? So, it's a two-part question.
Okay. I look at it like this. Sometimes when you're in a marriage, you get too comfortable with each other. You start forgetting why you got together. You start forgetting all the small things. You start forgetting I don't got to do this. I got my man, or I ain't got to do this. I got my woman, and all this type of stuff. I think when it comes to the end part, I think that goes back to you going back to the beginning when you first started talking to each other, because you know it's no certainty on it. You know what I mean? When you first start talking to somebody, you hitting it. You trying to impress. You trying to go all out. So
Hmm.
on that end part, you got that same I'm going all out because it may make her want to stay, or it may make him want to stay. But while you're in the middle of it, people get caught up in the title aspect. You know what I mean? They so caught on I'm married or I'm a wife, I'm a this. That's where they end up getting lost at, because when you focus on the title, you feel like you got it. You ain't got to do nothing no more. You don't have to comb your hair. You can go out the house with the bonnet. You ain't got to be, you know what I mean? The sex, you just think you can lay down, pull it to the side, and it's good. It's no emotion, you know what I mean? All that neglect and all that not really, that interaction ain't that same way, to whereas when in the beginning, you was like, yeah, man, I'm finna, and at the end, you like, well, since it is, you see what I'm saying? Now you care at the end and you care at the beginning. In the middle, you tend to forget.
Mm,
My bad.
no,
Okay, so
What was
I
the
mean,
end?
so he wants to know, is it best to cut things off with her?
I think if you know what, I think at that end part, if this ain't what it's gonna be like, you might would want to cut it off, because you see, because once a person get too content with any scenario, they feel like they don't have to put that much effort in. So now I'm looking at it at this sense. So now you're only doing this because you know we finna break up. You see
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you had all the opportunity to do all this before the breakup. You see what I'm saying? So now you putting more effort in it now that you know it's gonna be over.
Mhm.
Then as soon as we get back together, it's gonna go right back to where it was. So yeah, I would clip that. That's just me.
Okay.
I agree with that totally. Though I agree with that. I really do because, like you say, in the beginning, you're gonna do all you can to try to impress and do it. Now I've won the race, so I'm here. So I ain't gotta run as hard. You see what I'm saying? That's how most people probably look at it. But then now we get to a point where like it's not going to be what we thought it was going to be. And now you know that I'm getting ready to go. It could be either way. Of course, you're going to try to give your best, but then I don't need it then. I wouldn't want it. I mean, me
Right.
personally, I'd rather go ahead and cut it off because if you continue to do it, all you're going to do is you could eventually spark back up a flame that, you know what I'm saying, unless that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? But if we done said we're done, then I mean, we're done. There's no need to
Right.
just keep moving. And once we stop, if we're fit to get a divorce, there's no need for us to keep that. I don't. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not. Once you say I'm fit to do it, then I'm fit to do it. That's it. You don't need me leaving no feelings over there. So and that sounds kind of crazy anyway. I'm sure it happens like that, but I don't want to. I don't want to have more now since we're fit to get a divorce. Nah, I'm gonna get it then. I don't need it now. To be honest with you, that's just my
Right.
opinion.
And Lord forbid you end up having a kid.
Right. You done turned that whole situation totally messed up again
Right.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss B.
Yeah, don't you want to make sure that you've done all you can before you just walk away from it though?
But
And
it ain't
Yeah.
sometimes
set.
when you're doing that, it kind of maybe can allow you to see, okay, well, we're about to do this. Are we really sure? It could kind of cause you to go back and question, are you really sure if this is the right move to make?
See, first of all, like this right here, we went through a situation where it's to like things changed for a minute and then it turned around and go right back to the same thing.
Mm,
Why would you
But
want to why would you want to keep hitting your head against that same wall like this? You know what I'm saying? If
not
it's like,
just. Sorry. Go ahead,
you know,
Tom. Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm just saying,
Not. Go
no,
ahead.
you good.
Sorry.
You good. You
Not
good.
and not just that. If sex is the foundation, sex ain't gonna always last. So you really gonna be asked out because guess what? You do get older. And
Yeah.
if you don't have the foundation of a friendship and all that stuff, sex gets old. You know what I mean? It is what it is. When you ain't a spring chicken like you was when you was in your 19s and 20s, you get older. A woman is the same way. Well, women may go up higher than a man do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, shit, a woman probably wasn't doing it as much as a man was. And if she was, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know. But that's the whole thing. Sex can't be the reason. That if that was the case, we would have never broke up. It's something deeper than that part.
Mm,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no,
Yeah.
I don't think it's no fixing it when you get to the point of you start conversating that it's time to break up.
okay.
Because now it's gonna be every moment is like a fleeting moment. You
Mhm.
know? It ain't what it is. You can always double back and be like, shit. No, but you still gonna think about the problems when a motherfucker didn't believe in your dream and waited
Right.
till you got paid and now you believe in me. It's like, no, it's more than that. So no, I think when you get to that point where you come the way you even thinking about it, then it's already over.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's just the real of it.
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right. Well, that wraps us up.
All right.
So we thank you guys so much for joining us. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that you'll be aware, of our next video. And we will see you next time.
A-Tone, big sticks.
Your boy Tony is Perdomo.
And
Hey.
I'm your girl, Miss B.
With that being said, deuces.
Mm.